Alrighty guys, so here's this video I was telling you about. So I want to go through all these on these metric conversions and show you guys why these answers are what they are. Just not give you an answer key, but actually have a video explaining why these are the answers they are and to help you as much as I possibly can. Now please, if you have any questions, ask me. That is crucially important. So next class you come in after watching this, just ask me the questions. I'll help you out the best I can. So let's work this answer key. So within this, we're just doing basic metric conversions, and I'm going to use that method that I taught you in class. So in this, on number one, also what you'll find with these is it goes from easy, and it keeps stepping up to harder and harder problems. So every time it steps up, it gets harder. So in this, step one that we do, we always write the number down. So 76.258 times 10 to something another. And that's where that something another is going to go. And I'm saying something another, that's just that exponential value. So we have to find the differences in the prefixes. First, find your units. Where are the units the same? What's the base unit? So I have M right here all by itself. So that has to be the base unit. And then I have an M right here. So then we can find our actual prefixes. In this case, there isn't one here. It's just the base unit. And over here, it's M. Capital M stands for mega. So we're going to find the difference in these prefixes. The base unit, the exponential value for the base unit is 0. Alright, and if you're wondering where I'm getting that from, I'm literally getting it off this sheet I gave you. If you don't have one of these sheets, you need this. This is the prefix. And when I'm talking about the exponential values, I'm talking about these guys over here. Here are the abbreviation, those symbols that we use to symbolize those units. And you can see here, here's the base unit. It's 10 to the 1, which is just 10 to the 0, 10 to the 0. So 0 minus mega, which if you look on your sheet, you will see is 6, which equals -6. Now on this, there's nothing on those units, so I don't have to multiply by anything, and I didn't start with an exponential value, so I don't have to add anything. So my something another is just -6. So you should get 76.258 times 10 to the -6. Alright, does this answer make sense? So we went from meters to megameters. Which one is bigger? Megameters. So the quantity of measurement increased, therefore the number has to do the opposite and decrease, and it did, hence the -6. Let's go to number 2. Number 2. It looks like the same thing. We have meters, a little m meters. So we have now found our base unit, but let's find the prefix. I have a prefix there that I'm going to of nanometers. So in this, we're going to write the number down, 125.45 times 10 to something another. So in this case, the exponential value for the base unit is 0. 0 minus nano. If you look on your exponential sheet, or you just got it to memory, you'll know that nano is -9. Subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive, so we'll change those signs. So 0 plus 9, which is the same as 0 minus -9, is equal to 9. And it's the same thing. We don't have any exponential value on these units, and we didn't start with an exponential value, so it's just 9. In that case, that makes sense because nanometers is a much smaller quantity of measurement, so we have went from a larger quantity of measurement to a smaller quantity of measurement, which means the quantity of measurement had decreased. Therefore, the number has to increase, which we had happen. Now let's go to number 3, and we're going to step it up a notch here. So in this case, let's find those base units. Okay, I have 3 here. A dead giveaway is every prefix you have learned is one letter. So if you see 3 letters there for units, you know that 2 of them are the base unit. So just compare what's the same between them. So I have KPA and FPA. So PA and PA are my base units. Those are pascals. Like I said in class, if you don't know what a pascal is, it doesn't matter. You're just doing a metric conversion. So it really is not that important whether you know what's going on or not. So we have to find the difference in the exponential values, difference in these. So kilo and femto. Write the number down, 19.47 times 10 to something another. Exponential value for kilo is 3 minus femto. Femto is the last one I told you to know, so negative 15. So 3 minus negative 15 is the same as 3 plus positive 15. 3 plus 15 is 18. There is no exponents on these units, so I don't have to multiply by anything. And then I didn't start with the exponential value, so it's just 18. So you should get 19.47 times 10 to the 18th femtopascals. And let's look at number 4. Number 4, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Hopefully you can see liters. And liters are our base units. So in this case, we're going from nanometers. So let's write the number down, 76.258 times 10 to something another. Nano is negative 9 minus giga. If you look at giga, giga is also 9. It is 9, not negative 9. I almost messed up. So nano is negative 9 minus giga. What's the exponential value for giga? Is 9. So negative 9 minus 9 is negative 18. So negative 18. Reason we didn't go any farther with that, there's no exponential, there's no exponents on those units, and we didn't start with an exponential value, which will change coming to number 5, because number 5 you will see in here, we start with an exponential now. So as you can see, this is kind of how I like to work my practice problems for you. I like to build it as we go and make it increase in difficulty. So I have, whenever you come to me to ask me a question, I know where you stand in the class. So find the base units. The base units in this case is dB, which stands for decibels. Those are units for sound. It doesn't matter if you know that or not. The important thing of it is you can look and see that we're looking for a difference between mega and tera. So in this, write down the number 47.25 times 10 to something another. Now in this case, we first start by finding the difference between the prefixes. So mega is 6 minus tera. Excuse me. Tera is 12. 6 minus 12 will give me negative 6. Now there is no exponents on the units, so we don't multiply by anything, but we did start with an exponential value, as I pointed out before. So we'll add 8 to that. So negative 6 plus 8, I'm getting the 8 from right here. So negative 6 plus 8 is equal to 2. So that exponential value is 2. Now on here, let's go to number 6. We're going to do what we've done before. We're going to find the difference in these units. We're going to find the base units. So here is A. That's amps, or ampere. It depends where you're at. So remember, look, we do start with an exponential value. Okay? In this case, we're looking at the difference between peta and centi. Okay, centis should be something familiar to you guys. It's like a centimeter. You guys have used those before. So in this case, we write down the number 1.478 times 10 to something another. So in that something another, what we'll have is finding the change here. So we're going from peta. If you know, peta is the greatest one I have you memorize. So 15 minus centi. And centi is just negative 2. So 15 minus negative 2 is the same as 15 plus positive 2. So 15 plus positive 2 is 17. There is no exponent on my units, so I don't multiply. I did start with an exponential value, however. So plus negative 12. So it's the same as 17 minus 12, which will give me a positive 5. So on number 6, you should get 1.478 times 10 to the 5th centiamps. Alright, let's go to number 7. Number 7 here, we're going to find the difference. Let's find the base unit. So M is my base unit. There's our base unit. We're going to write down the number 9.745 times 10 to something or another. I apologize about that. 9.745 times 10 to something or another. We got to find the difference here. So I'm starting with a lowercase b, which matters because that is pico. I'm going to zoom this in just a little more for you. So pico, like pico de gallo, is negative 12 minus milli, because we got this little m here. So milli, which you should know is negative 3. So negative 12 minus negative 3 is the same as negative 12 plus positive 3, which will give us negative 9. No exponential value on the unit, so we don't have to multiply, but I did start with an exponential value of 712, so I have to add that. So negative 9 plus 712 will give us positive 703. So 9.745 times 10 to the 703rd power. Oh, baby. Alright, let's look at number 8. Do what we did before. So I find a base unit of m, and there's only an m over here by itself. So like I've stressed to you 1,500 times, this is meter, not milli. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. You have to know that m by itself is a base unit and not the prefix milli. I've seen students struggle time and time again in the past. So let's look here. Start with giga. Well, let's write the number down first. So 2.478 times 10 something another. Giga is 9 minus meter to 0. So 9. No exponential value on the unit, so we don't multiply, but we do have to add that number we started with. So plus negative 174. 9 plus negative 174 will give us a negative 165. Like I said, guys, if you have any questions on this, this is where you come into class and you ask me, okay? This is what I want you to do. I want you to come into class and ask about this. This is to help you. This video is also there, so if you feel the need, you literally can scrub the video back. You can rewind it to where you want it to be so you can hear what I've said. Now, number 9 is very special. Number 9 is very special to me. I'm going to mark it out for you real simple. Look at number 9. 76.258 cubic centimeters equals how many milliliters? Remember what I told you before. Dead giveaway. There's an exponent here, but not one here. That is a dead giveaway. This is a trick, and you need to remember that 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter. Okay, remember that identity we went over. So in this, you get 76.258 milliliters. They're exactly the same. Okay? So let's look here at number 10. Number 10 is going to kick it up just a little notch. In this case, I have liters. Sorry, let me get my green pen. Liters and liters as my base unit. So I'm looking at the difference between nano and giga. So nano, let's find the difference. You know nano is -9. -9 minus giga, which is a +9, which will equal to -18. But here's where things change now. We've been talking about the whole time. Look at this 2 here and this 2 here. Since there's 2's there, means that we have to do a conversion factor twice in this. Okay? So it's either we do a conversion factor twice, or in this, what I've told you to do before is just multiply by that number. Multiply by 2. The reason you're doing that is because you're having to take that conversion twice since it's squared. Once you do that, you get -18 times 2 is -36. Now we've taken care of that exponent, we've taken care of the prefix change, so we would add any exponential value we start with, but we don't. So we get 1,257 times 10 to the -36th power. Okay, so 1,257 times 10 to the -36th power. If you have questions, please, please, please come see me. All right. Oh. All right, moving to the back. The back gets a little more difficult, I'm not going to lie to you. But don't get scared of this, guys. You can handle this and you can do this. I believe in you. You guys are doing really good. I just need you to ask more questions in class and help me. When you're asking me questions and answering questions, it gives me a lot more feedback than you realize. Alright, so pretty much number 11 is going to start us off with showing you literally pretty much as hard as it's going to get. So number 11 is dB. So we have decibels. We're looking for, those are the base units, we're looking for the difference between mega and tera. Alright, so you look and you go to mega. Mega is 6 minus tera, with the exponential value for tera is 12. So we get -6. There is a 2 on the unit, so I must multiply by 2 to give me -12. We got that -12. Then we add what we originally started with, which was 87. So -12 plus 87 will give me 75. So 19.4 times 10 to the 75th power. So look at number 12, moving forward. You got amps again. Anybody that wants to fight and argue with me and say, Mr. Hall, how can you have amps? Cube, you really can't. I'm just using, literally guys, some of these are just made up. I'm taking units and having a little bit of freedom with them just to get you used to doing the prefix changes. Okay, so in this we got to find the difference between peta and centi. So peta is 15, minus centi, which you've seen before, is negative 2. So 15 minus negative 2, same as 15 plus positive 2, gives me 17. Now we got 17 on here. We will multiply by 3. The reason I'm multiplying by 3 is look at these units. They're cubed. 17 times 3, 51. Then we're going to add to it what we originally started with. So negative 128 gives us negative 77. So 5.258 times 10 to the negative 77. Got questions on that, see? Number 13. I have M, and an M here, so that's meters. Those are my base units. In that, we got to find the difference between pico and milli. Pico is negative 12 minus milli, which is negative 3. Negative 12 minus negative 3 is the same as negative 12 plus positive 3. Which gives us negative 9 times 2, because of these exponentials up here as exponents on those units. So negative 9 times 2 is negative 18. Then we have to add what we originally start with, which is 412. Negative 18 plus 412. So we get 4.578 times 10 to the 394th power. Okay. I am rolling a little faster here because you guys should be getting a good feel for this. So let's look at number 14 now. 14 base units, meter. And I got M by itself over here, so that is meter, not milli, correct. Good job, good job, good job. So we're looking at the difference between giga and the base unit. So in this, looking at giga, which is the 9, minus base unit, which is 0, so that's 9. We're going to multiply that by 3 because our units are cubed. So 9 times 3 is 27. Then we're going to add what we originally started with, so negative 74. So we're going to take 27 plus negative 74 to give us negative 47. So we get 97.847 times 10 to the negative 47. Look at this, number 15. I was so generous to you. Why was I generous? Cubic centimeters and milliliters. 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter. So it's literally just copy the number. So you get 12,578 milliliters. And then last but not least, because as you remember, this is not going away, we will use this throughout the rest of our class. And we will always, always be using this. Even when you go to college, you're going to use this because you are going to become brilliant scientists and cure cancer and change the world of chemistry as we know it. Base unit, liters. We're finding the difference between nano and giga. In this, nano is negative 9 minus giga, which is 9, which equals negative 18. We have an exponent of 2 up here, so negative 18 times 2 is negative 36. We did not start with an exponential value, which means that is our something other, so 1.457 times 10 to the negative 36 power. Okay? If you have any questions on solving these and how we got the answers we got, please, 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 please ask me in class. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Alright, this video will stay up on YouTube so you can come back and check it out whenever you need to. Besides that, guys, look forward to seeing you in class. If you have any questions, just ask me.